play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road, you're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on, long way to go in this one.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Another tote for Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Aluakon. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Finding room at midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Lawrence will throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After in the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Lawrence to throw. He completes it to Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards. Running out of the gun with ETN. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st down, right back to ETN. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And to throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. ETN up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. ETN is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
They'll try to run with ETN. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Second and 2. Incomplete.
These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the two-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. Able to find his man, Woods.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. On the move to his left.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Foyesade Aluakin.
There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on the way to a lopsided victory.
They got 29 yards at time.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he's up across the 25 and down at the... The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw here. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 41.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Right side complete. That's Woods. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11.
This pass caught. It's Woods.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 75 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone, Ryan.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Well, he's not going to get there. That one would be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. And Woods has it complete.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown! Jelani Woods from 21 yards away. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in. Because to me, it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got Pierce. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.